Welcome guys to the Crazy Hands Knitting and Crocheting channel, and in this tutorial we are going again to knit a baby hat, a cute hat that is actually a matching hat to my cable romper. Also you can find it on my blog, the written instruction. And the same hat, it calls teddy bear hat, same technique, just some differences you can find also on my blog, but there will be another gauge here because I'm using another yarn. So instead of pom-poms, yarn pom-poms, you can add four pom-poms, four or real pom-poms. The variety of pom-poms you can find on my blog if you are interested in. And for this hat I was using two pairs of knitting needles. So for the ribbon part 4 millimeters, I was using circular and 60 centimeters length, and for the main part 4.5 millimeters. If you think that you are tight knitter, please use 5 millimeters knitting needles. For the ties, you will need two double pointed needles, 3.5 millimeters. That's what I was using. You can also use 4 millimeters. A couple of stitch markers and hook to weave in ends. And yarn, red heart soft touch, 100% acrylic yarn. You can use something with wool. It is, where is it? Medium worsted weight yarn, for number 4. So that's it. If you want a written instruction for this hat, please check the link down below. You can find it on my blog. And if you need a smaller or bigger size, I think that I'm going to publish a pattern. So stay tuned if you are interested. If no, this hat is done for 3 months, 6 months old baby, but of course can be worn for newborns. So that's it. I said everything about materials that you will need. So if you want to join me, you are welcome, especially if you were knitting before cable romper. That will be a perfect match. And let's get started. So using a long tail cast on method, I cast on 50 stitches and using 4 millimeters knitting needles. As I said, if you're a tight knitter, you can use here 4.5 millimeters, and for the main part 5 millimeters. So slip the first stitch and start knitting the ribbon part. Knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. Showing it slowly for newcomers, for beginners crocheters. Knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. Like this, please finish this row, and I will meet you at the end. So the last stitch we are going always purl. We call it salvage stitch. So like this, turn and go on ribbing again. Slip the first stitch, and when you see knit stitch you knit it, when you see purl stitch you purl it. Knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. Like this, go on knitting, finish this row and then go on ribbing back and forth until ribbing part reaches at least 2.5 or 3 centimeters. Here I am. Let's measure. As I am doing small size, I've done 2.5 millimeters. It doesn't matter how many rows you will do, just measure and stop. So now I'm going to change needles. Slip the first stitch, and as I'm going now to knit in the garter stitch, and garter stitch in rows means that I'm going to knit all stitches on the right side and on the wrong side. Knit till the end. At the end again, knit the last stitch and the selvage stitch we always purl. Remove smaller size needles and go on with 4.5. Slip the first stitch and knit all stitches till the end. Like this. Finish this row knitting and then knit back and forth until piece reaches from the very edge about 12 or 12.5 centimeters. And pay attention, look here, this is the right side. If you turn, you will see here ridges or bumps, so it means it's the wrong side. If you need, you can place a marker on the right side. Here I am, and let's measure now. So I like to make always a little bit bigger, so as I said, 12.5 centimeters. Now place stitch markers from both sides, counting 16 stitches from one side and 16 stitches from another side. In the center you will have 18 stitches, and please check that we are on the right side. It's important. And from this point we are going to start making decreases. So what we are going to do, slip the first stitch, then knit stitches till the stitch marker, knit all stitches. And when you have one stitch before the stitch marker, slip it, remove the stitch marker, slip next stitch from the central part to the right hand needle and pass first stitch over the second one, like this. Return the stitch to the left hand needle and knit it. And now you can place a stitch marker, but further it will be clear and visible that you don't need to do it. Now knit all stitches till the next stitch marker, and when you have last stitch before the marker, slip it to the right hand needle, remove the stitch marker and return stitch to the left hand needle. And now repeat again, but in opposite direction, placing second stitch over the first one, like this. Then knit the stitch through the front loop and place a stitch marker. Basically, you don't need to place it, it's already visible. Turn your work, and here we are going to knit all stitches till the end. On the round side there will be no selvage stitches, so you knit the first stitch and you knit the last stitch. And the last one. And now turn. And we are going to repeat everything the same. So slip the first stitch of the central part to the right needle, then pass over, return stitch marker, and then knit the stitch. And go on knitting till the yellow stitch marker and stop one stitch before. One stitch before the yellow stitch marker, then slip it, remove the stitch marker and return to the left hand needle. And pass over. So we are doing decreases in this way and knit it. Now knit it. What I wanted to say is that we are doing decreases in this way because we want them to be soft and smooth. It's important for newborns because they're always in a plain position, so no seams. Turn and knit all stitches. Knit the first and knit the last stitch. Knit, turn, and repeat everything the same. One more time. Slip to the right, pass over, return, then return back stitch marker and knit this stitch. And again go on till the yellow stitch marker and at the end make one more decrease. So as you understood, we are decreasing stitches from the side parts. slip, remove. Now pass over like this, then knit this stitch, and you can return a stitch marker if you need it. And now knit all stitches, all 18 stitches. Turn and repeat. You have now 13 stitches, 5, 6, and 1, 13 stitches. So now you are going to repeat decreasing until you have 11 stitches from the right and 11 stitches from the left. So that's how it looks, and when you touch it, it's soft, really. And everything also depends on the yarn that you're going to use. For the last time, I would like to show you decrease. So you slip to the right needle and then pass over. Return and do not forget to knit this stitch. And knit till the yellow stitch marker. Like this, go on decreasing until you have 11 stitches. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11 here, and from this side also 11. And now what we are going to do, we are going also make decreases in the central part. So as before, we start with decreasing one stitch from the right side, everything what we were doing before. Return and knit the stitch. Don't place the stitch marker already. Now knit two together next two stitches through the back loop. Then knit till the yellow stitch marker when you have 3 stitches. Oh, you have 3 stitches now, and through the back loops knit two together and decrease like we did before. Pass over. Knit this stitch and turn. On the wrong side as before, there will be no decreases. We are going to knit all stitches till the end. Turn again. And let's make decrease. Slip, pass over, return and knit it. Then knit two together. So we are doing decreases only on the right side. Knit two together, knit all other stitches until you have 3, only 3. And now knit two together through back loops, and here one more decrease and knit. And that's what we have now on the right side and on the wrong side. Turn, and as before, knit all stitches. That's what we have now. Now turn your work and go on with decreases from the central part and from sides. Same here, and then knit two together back and forth until you have 8 stitches in your central part. So here I am, and that's how the head looks now. The wrong side, soft seams, and 8 stitches, as I said, in the central part. So let's go on. There will be no decreases in the central part anymore, just on sides as we did at the beginning. So slip, pass over, return and knit. Then knit all other stitches and again pass over and knit. Return and knit all stitches of the central part. Like this, go on decreasing stitches from both sides until you have only stitches on the central 8 stitches of the central parts. So you need to decrease all these stitches. So now I have only 1 stitches from both sides. Just will show you what I'm going to do. So make a decrease, knit, and now I want to make a small braid. You will see the same braid on the sides. So knit the next stitch and now insert the tip of the left hand needle into the front of the second stitch. Gently slide the right needle out of the first stitch and then pick it up again and knit the second stitch. And let's repeat everything again. Knit the next stitch, insert the tip into the front of the second stitch, gently slide off, pick up it again and knit the second stitch. Maybe still not visible, but you will get a braid here. Let's repeat. Knit, insert, slide off, pick up again and knit through the front loop. And again. It looks like when you are knitting a cable without a cable needle, but the only difference is when we are knitting, we insert the right hand needle, tip of the right hand needle instead of the left hand needle. So let's finish. And knit. At the end, we are going to make the same decrease as we did before. Slip over like this, knit, then insert tip of the left hand needle and knit here. That's it. Now we are going to pick up stitches from the right and from the left side, and to make the same braid, just pay attention that we are on the right side now. To make the same braid, we are going to pick up from the wrong side, stitches from the wrong side. So in this direction, insert the right hand needle underneath the stitch from the wrong side and pull up a loop, and one more, and one more, and one more. So you see, we get the same braid. We are doing it to leave all seams on the right side, as it is important for newborns to make the head more comfortable and soft. So pick up stitches. I don't know how many stitches do I have. Just as soon as you see the stitch, go underneath and draw up a loop. And as you see, on the wrong side is nothing. And the last one, that's it. And now turn the head and let's start knitting the bottom part. Here again, I'm going to change needles to the smaller size. Slip the first stitch, knit one, and then purl one. In this case, you can turn, purl stitch, or purl it through the back loop. Up to you. Knit one, then purl one. Knit one, purl one. Knit one, purl one. Knit one, purl one. And now the central part, knit one, purl one. Here I purl already through the front loop and knit through the front loop. Knit one, purl one. And again I'm going to pick up stitches, but as we are on the wrong side, we are not going to pick up from the back, we are going to pick up stitches from the front. And like this the braid will be on the right side. Please place stitch marker at that point where you started picking up stitches for the left side, and I will tell you why. You see, all braids are on the right side. and the last one. And now, to understand from which stitch we have to start, from purl or from knit, we are going to count back. So here was the purl stitch, on this side it's knit, and you count back purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit. So I have to start from the knit stitch. Slip the first stitch, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. We are doing it because we don't want to get after the red stitch markers that we placed, for example, 2 knit stitches or 2 purl stitches. It just depends on how many stitches you picked up. Knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, and you will see that knit 1, purl 1, and after the stitch marker, let's remove it, knit 1, purl 1. So everything is correct. Knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. Like this, go on ribbon till the end, and then repeat ribbon back and forth until your part reaches at least 4 or 5 centimeters. Don't worry that it is too long. It's very important to cover the neck and the back part of the hat. Please go on ribbon and I will see you after. I didn't count how many rows I've done. I think it's 7 or 8. It was 7 or 8 rows, but let's measure it. As you can see, it's longer than the front part. So it is more than a little bit more than 4 centimeters. And now I am ready to bind off. You can use the usual bind off method here. I'm going to show you today the elastic bind on method. A very good one, especially for tight knitters, and easy one. Slip the first stitch, and when you see the knit stitch after, that knit stitch is going after, make a reverse yarn over, then knit the next stitch, then pass over, yarn over, and then pass over the first stitch. Then you see the purl stitch. When you see the purl stitch, make a yarn over, just a normal yarn over, purl, pass over, yarn over, and pass over the first stitch. Again, knit stitch, make a reverse yarn over, knit the next stitch, pass over, yarn over, and pass over the first stitch. Like this you will get super elastic edge. Make a yarn over, purl the next stitch, pass over, and pass over again. As I said, you can use just normal bind off method where you just knit or purl and make a pass over without yarn over or reverse yarn over stitches. Purl, pass over, and pass over the first stitch. One more time. Reverse yarn over, knit the next stitch, pass over, yarn over, and pass over the first stitch. Please go on till the end, and I will see you at the very end. Let's look what do we have. And elastic, super elastic edge. At the end, the selvage stitch purl 1, but do not forget to make a yarn over, purl, pass over, and pass over again. Now change needles, take 3.5 millimeters double pointed needles. You will need 2 only, and I'm going to pick up 2 more stitches, and I'm going to proceed with ties. 1, 2. So I'm sure you know how to knit an I-cord. So you have 3 stitches. Now slide all the 3 stitches to the right and then knit 3 again. Now again slide them to the right and knit 3. Slide them again and knit 3. It can be also knit 4, but because I'm using a medium worsted weight yarn, so 3 it's enough because I want them to be thin. But if you're using lighter yarn, it can be also 4 stitches, then pick up 4 stitches. So you had 1 and you will need pick up only 3 in this case. And go on again, slide to the right side and knit 3. Slide and knit 3. So like this, go on knitting until your tie reaches 20 centimeters, so the perfect length for the newborn's hat. Here I am. Let's measure what I have now. It is about yes 20-21 centimeters, and now I want to show you how to finish it. So first you knit 2 together, then knit 1, slide to the right 2 stitches and again knit 2 together. Then pull tight and cut the yarn. Leave the tail, and tail you can weave inside the cord. For this you can use a tapestry needle or hook. So just in between these stitches. Don't have a hook or tapestry needle to show you. And let's proceed with the second tie. Here you will need to attach a new yarn. This one tail you can also weave in the cord from this side. So let's go on. Here find the third stitch, just count and pick up. 1, 2, and the last one in the corner, 3. Slide to the right, and go on. Knit 3, knit 3, knit 3. Same when you finish knitting the cord, then knit two together, knit one, and then knit two together at the end. Finish the cord the same as I was showing before. And after I want to show you how I weave in ends. So that's what I have now. I have finished two ties and I have tail here. So if you have a hook, what you are doing, just insert the hook underneath stitches because you want to move the tail closer to the cord and then insert the hook inside the cord like this and pull. Then pull the cord and again insert the hook somewhere in the middle and pull again. So you can do it until you hide the whole tail or just cut when you think it's enough. So let's cut and then pull. Same from this side, or from this side. Let me show you how I'm doing it using a tapestry needle or yarn needle. Thread the needle and the same, just insert inside, inside, in the center, inside, pull, pull. When you see it's enough, pull the needle like this, pull, 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 and pull the cord. Cut and go on the same with this one, make it shorter, thread, so I'm coming closer to the cord and then go inside. Inside, 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 and pull. Now you can cut the yarn. Finish weaving in ends, and then I will show you how I'm going to attach pom-poms and how I'm going to make ties for pom-poms. I have done already two pom-poms for this head using these pom-pom makers. You can find the video tutorial, please check the info box how to use these pom-pom makers. The only one difference I want to show you that when you wrap the yarn around, wrap it until this curved side, this one inside, will not be visible. So wrap to get something similar to semicircle. So everything inside will be full with yarn. Like this only you can get these fluffy pom-poms. And now in this video I would like to show you how to make this ties for pom-pom, because you will not find this in my previous tutorial. So you have now four tails, split them in two and start turning one to the right. Not much, that's enough. And the second one, holding the first one. So start turning same to the right, to the right, to the right. So like this, and it's enough. Now join two tails together and start turning them together to the left, to the left. Now at the end make a knot, just leaving enough to tie the pom-pom, and cut the tail. That's what you get. Please repeat the same for the second tie, and you will get these beautiful twisted cords. Now I will show you how to attach pom-pom. So find the corner, so, and using hook, not in the center of the corner but on the right and on the left side, pull one tie and another one, not in the center, a little bit further to the left, the second one, pull the yarn and tie. Make a knot. If you want to wash this head later on, you can detach pom-poms and wash the head without them. Just make a knot, pull tight here, and this one is ready. Finish making the second pom-pom and attach the second one to the other side. That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial with me today. If you leave comments or like this video, I will be super happy, because it inspires me to make more video tutorials. And if you have questions, of course, leave them. I will definitely answer them. I read all comments from you. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and I hope to see you soon in my next video tutorials. Bye!